What's going on, everyone? So, Dalton Knecht, he's got to go, right? I think just for his sake, he has to go. And I feel like I've talked about this so much over the last, handful of months. And it's such a far cry from, at the start of the season where he came in, he was absolutely in fuego, dude's putting up nearly 40, right? Winning us games damn near single-handedly, right? And he's a rookie. And it's like there's all this promise, all this excitement, all this joy, all this hype. And unfortunately, it's all just kind of fizzled out. And, part of it is just he's not playing well, but a big part of it is he's just not the same since being traded, which is a hard situation for anybody, right? It's understandable. Like I feel for him, which is why it sucks, right? Like it's like we know that there is a version of Dalton Knecht that could be great for this team, but he's just checked out. The offense isn't there where you need it to be. He can't defend, right? Like I even said going into Summer League, right? I don't care if he scores 0 points a game. I could care less about him scoring. He could go 0 of 50 during Summer League. I want to see the improvements on defense because if he wants to play on this team, he needs to be better defensively. And you haven't seen it. He just has not been good defensively by any stretch of the imagination. He's not giving you what you need offensively now either. So he's unplayable. He literally is. And again, it's tough for anybody to be traded and then have to come back to the team that just traded you. And I know we all want to, toughen up, it's your job, blah, blah, but not everyone's built that way, right? Some guys, most veteran guys wouldn't be able to handle that. You're talking about a rookie, and he's looking at it, dude, you drafted me, you were all excited, you told me I was this, that, and the other, X, Y, and Z, and now you're shipping me off, right? Like what? Like, what did I do wrong? I've fallen out of the rotation now, so now I'm not even getting minutes. Like, I just think he's checked out. And yes, is it a mental thing? It's like, toughen up and get over it. Like, yeah, sure. But I don't think he's going to be able to do that on the Lakers. I don't. And we've had a pretty good sample size. We had, sequences during the regular season, and it was like, okay, dude, the guy just got traded. Let's be patient with him, right? Then you get into this offseason, he's doing 3-a-days and all this other stuff, right? Like, he's talking about it. JJ Redick even came out and defended him and was like, dude, he's overworking himself, this, that, and the other, right? And it's like, okay, fine. Give you that break, no problem. Right? Now we're in preseason, and he's just as bad. He's completely lost on defense, and offensively, he's not delivering to the level that you need him to deliver on a consistent basis. It's like, okay, now what's the next excuse? Like, how many excuses are we going to give before it's like, it's time to just trade him? And I know, like, I see people that are like, oh, like, you can't trade him. He has no value. There's always a team out there that'll be like, that's the guy, right? Like, there's always a team out there that's going to look at it. Hey, we need shooting. Now, are you going to get the value you would have gotten when he was dropping 30? No, right? Like when he's coming on the league and he's giving you 20 every other night and he's, at the time nearly a 50, 40, 90 guy and all this. Like, yeah, no, you're not getting that level of value, but there's a team that'll give you like, yeah, we'll take Dalton Knecht, right? We'll give you X, Y, and Z, or we'll give you, 2 seconds for Dalton Knecht or whatever. Like you'll get something. There's always a team out there that is willing to pony up because they think that they can do better, right? Oh, we're talking about him being checked out because the Lakers traded him. You don't think other teams aren't looking at that and going like, if he comes to our team, he's not going to be checked out for us. He's going to be motivated. He's going to be hungry. He's going to be more bought in. They're not going to want to give up like a first round value or anything like that. So yeah, you're not going to get a higher in return for him, but I do still think you'd be able to trade him. He's cheap enough, young enough. Team will take a flyer on him at some point, salary filler, whatever. Right. But obviously, if you can build up his trade value, you want to build up his trade value, but it's like, where, how, right? Like you already have so many guys that can play his spot in his role. Jared Vanderbilt's looking like he could be the biggest X factor for the Lakers once again. He's looking every bit of the 2023 Jared Vanderbilt, right? So it's like, okay, you got Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves. I think it should be Jared Vanderbilt, LeBron James, and DeAndre, right? Okay, well then you have off the bench, okay, who is Knecht playing over? Not playing over Gabe Vincent, especially if he continues where he left off last season, where he's shooting 38% from three-point range. He looks that so far in the first preseason game that he played. Now, again, it's first preseason game. We need to see it, but probably not playing over Gabe Vincent, right? He's not playing over, Marcus Smart, not playing over Jake LaRavia, not playing over Rui Hachimura, right? And then he's not playing the center position. So then it's like, okay, so then who are the kind of 4 men out? Because Jackson Hayes would be the 10th. It'd be Bronny James, who I love the improvements we've seen from Bronny he looks like a completely different player from year 1 to year 2, but he's not there yet, right? He's still probably another year or two away, which just turned 21, right? Like, he's younger than our draft pick this year. Be fine. If you have to spend another year or two kind of getting them right, I'm not worried about it. But it's Bronny James, it's Dalton Knecht, it's Adu Thero, and it's Maxi Kleber. Maxi Kleber is probably not. We'll be lucky if he sees the court at all at this rate. Bronny James, like I said, is a year away. So it comes down to Adu Thero, Dalton Knecht. If Adu Thero can show the level of defense that he was expected to in the draft, he was looked at as one of the best defensive players in the draft. Because again, he's 6'7", 6'8", 7'1" wingspan, 41-inch vertical, right? Like, if Adu Thero can show the promise, then Dalton Knecht is not playing over Adu Thero. Because we need the defense more than we need the offense. So, again, it's like, so Dalton Knecht at best is going to be our 12th guy. You got to trade him, right? Like, it's just, and it's unfortunate. Because, again, I like Dalton Knecht. And I know that there's a lot of Dalton Knecht stands. But if you're one of those Dalton Knecht stands, you should be praying for him to be traded by the Lakers. If you're somebody that wants to see Dalton Knecht have success, I like, it's crazy because I see so many people that are like defensive of Dalton Knecht and are like, you can't trade him. It's like, why? Like, I understand you being defensive of Dalton Knecht. That's great. Then you should be on my side for him trade. I want Dalton Knecht to succeed. I do not see him succeeding on this Lakers team. One, even if he wasn't checked out, unless he takes crazy strides defensively, I just don't see him being what this team needs. Two, he's never going to be more than a more often relegated catch and shoot 3-point shooter, basically 3-and-D wing. But he's more than that. He's a guy that can self-create, create for others, right? Like, he's a guy that he'd be a 3-level scorer. We've seen him do it, right? But with Luka and Austin Reeves, and then whatever else you end up getting, right? At best, he's going to be the fourth, fifth option, right? So we see guys like Rui, who we know can score the basketball in abundance. He is one of the best mid-ranges in all of basketball, right? Like, okay, how often does he get to actually create unless guys are out? Like, on occasion, sure. But that'll be Dalton Knecht. Dalton Knecht will basically, at best, move into the Rui role. Right? Which, you could argue he's more athletic and stuff. But if he's worse defensively than Rui, then it doesn't, like, the reason there's the argument to trade Rui and get off of Rui is because he can't defend. And now you're going to, at best, get a worse defensive Rui? Who's not as physically strong and imposing? Like, yeah, he's more athletic, so there's better, like, off-ball things. But Rui has evolved beautifully into an off-ball, player. Just moving without the basketball. One of the best slasher cutters in all of basketball. And, the catch and shoot 3. He's shooting 40% a season, right? So it doesn't get much better than Rui Hachimura on the offensive side as for a role player. It's the defensive side that's the problem. Right? And so we're going to go from Rui to Dalton. Like, it doesn't make sense. And so Dalton Knecht at best will probably never be more than, a sixth man maybe. Which, yes, we could use scoring as the sixth man, but then you might as well go and ride guys like a Nick Smith Jr., who is a better shot creator, and he's also younger, right? Like, so you might as well go that route. I'd rather have a Nick Smith Jr. who will probably be cheaper in the foreseeable future or not checked out or whatever, and is motivated, hungry, and ready to show that he can be that for you. Also, he can be a ball handler, and you can trust him and stuff like that. Like, where does Dalton Knecht fit in with this team? And in all honesty, this is something that should have been a discussion back when he was dropping 30, right? Like, you know, us as fans, myself included, we're hyping, oh my God, Dalton Knecht, this is the next, you know, Michael Jordan move over, Klay Thompson, Steph, who? Knecht, right? Like, you know, we're all hyping him up. But again, when you take a step back and you kind of, again, survey the situation, it's like, okay, like he's lighting it up from 3, but like what happens the nights that he's not? Where does he really fit in with this team? Does he really solve this team's biggest needs? Even before Luka, it was like we still could have used a 3-and-D wing. We still could have used the backup center. Imagine if when he was hot and lighting up the world, right? Imagine if you would have cashed in on him and got like a Nick Richards and maybe an asset. You know, because it's like, hey, look at what Dalton Knecht's doing. He's a rookie, blah, 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 17 pick. Right? And maybe you could have gotten, like I said, a Nick Richards in maybe even a couple seconds, right, to add to your pile. Right now, you still probably do the Luka trade. In the meantime, before the Luka trade, now you have that center alongside Anthony Davis. But in a post-Luka trade, right, now you at least have that center. So now you can use all the other things you were going to do and the trades you were going to make to try to go get, you know, a Mark Williams. Maybe you can do that to go get another 3-and-D wing or go get another bench player or something like that, right? It might have put you in a better position. So, again, like, there's also the argument of the Lakers need to be quicker at kind of evaluating the situation and being quicker on moving off of guys. Like, you can make that argument, like I said, for Gabe Vincent, you know, Rui Hachimura, you know, Dalton Knecht, guys like that. Like, again, there's context, there's circumstance, right? So, we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out. But I think Dalton Knecht, I think he's too far gone. I don't see him turning it around. And, you know, now he's, by the time he actually becomes something defensively, he's 26, 27, 28. Like, it's just, go get the value that helps you now, right? Because there's a team that'll trade, that has a veteran guy or something like that. You know, a team like the Nets that are like, we can get Dalton Knecht, we can keep Haywood Highsmith, right? Like, let's get the young guy and see if we can maybe unlock something from him, right? We're not ready to contend right now. Like, there's always going to be that bad team that's like, hey, let's take a flyer on Dalton Knecht, especially if we can get him for, you know, pennies on the dollar, especially if we can get him for, you know, this veteran guy or whatever. But if you're the Lakers, you need that right now. You need that you need that guy that you could use it. I'd rather have a Haywood Highsmith than a Dalton Knecht, right? But, like, again, maybe you can work something out to where you can make that happen. Or, you know, that team that's like, man, you know what we really need? Some shooting, right? It's like, hey, we got Dalton Knecht, right? Like, anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. I enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.